Crossplay is easily the most highly requested feature that people want to come to Apex Legends. Developers have had some talk about crossplay coming to Apex Legends really ever since the game came out, and it didn't sound very good. But in today's video, I have a really positive new update on some crossplay news, a hint that crossplay could be coming to Apex Legends in the near future. I am the Alarmix, and let's get into the video. So kind of like what I was saying, there has been talk on crossplay coming to Apex Legends for a really long time now. Back in June of 2019, we got this developer update on crossplay, and it was really negative. So this was an interview with the Game Informer magazine. One of the developers at Respawn said that the crossplay feature is awesome, but that it would take a ginormous amount of effort and work to actually get crossplay into Apex Legends. And then this developer also said it's just one of those things where Respawn is still a fairly small team, so we have to pick and choose our battles. So this basically told us that Respawn's team was not big enough at the time to actually get crossplay into the game, because it would take a ginormous amount of effort and work to actually get it into the game. Because if you didn't know, Apex Legends code, the way the game was set up early on, it was not actually built with crossplay in mind. So that's really a huge disadvantage Apex Legends has over games like Fortnite and Warzone. Those games, those developers had crossplay in mind when they made the game. Now Respawn wants to compete with the Warzone that just blew up, and it seems that it is really hard to actually get crossplay working with Apex Legends. But if you didn't see my video on how a mobile version would make Apex Legends a perennial shooter, I talked about how because Apex Legends was really such a success from Season 2 to Season 3, Apex Legends had a huge player increase from Season 2 to Season 3, so they actually added quite a few devs to the Apex Legends team. So now it does seem that the added devs to the Apex Legends team really cancels out these two things, these two problems that crossplay hasn't been in the game yet. The fact that they used to have a small team, now they have a larger team, and also it would take a ginormous amount of effort and work to actually get crossplay into Apex Legends. Now they have a bigger team to tackle that. Another reason that people think that crossplay has not been added to this game is basically just the whole debate of PC versus console. I have made 2 crossplay videos in the past just talking about the different Game Informer magazine interviews and the updates on crossplay that we have gotten from that. And in the comments section of my 2 crossplay videos, there were just basically a bunch of people saying that the reason crossplay isn't in the game yet is because PC is so much better than console, and that PC players would absolutely stomp console players. And alright, I hope to put that to rest right now. No one is debating that console players can really in the long term compete with PC players. PC inputs with all of the keys and the mouse, it's just so much more precise. There are some really good console players out there, and there are quite a few of them. But if you are a console player of Apex Legends and you are worrying about crossplay, please, my friend, stop worrying about it. And the reason that I say this is because if Apex Legends, if Respawn uses their brain and they do crossplay like Fortnite did their crossplay, console players will only be matched up against PC players if you actually opt into a crossplay match. So once again, console players will not be playing PC players unless you actually have a crossplay match going. Like if you are in a console match, like say on PS4 and you play with a friend from Xbox, there is a chance that you're going to run into PC players. I played Fortnite when crossplay first came out, and I always did this, played cross console. You did run into some mouse and keyboard players every now and then, but really in Apex Legends, the PC community is a lot smaller than console communities, and I don't think it will be as big of a problem as people make it out to be. So if you're on PS4 and you don't play with friends from any other platform, say Xbox or PC, and you just play a PS4 match, you won't have to worry about any mouse and keyboard players crashing your lobbies whatsoever. If you're a PS4 player and you do not opt into a crossplay match, you do not have to worry about crossplay whatsoever, and it really won't be affecting you at all. So let's get on to the news, the latest updates that we just recently got from the Game Informer magazine interview with some Apex Legends Respawn devs on crossplay. So the interviewers at the Game Informer magazine, they basically asked some of these Respawn devs on the status of crossplay in Apex Legends, and these Respawn devs, they chose to be unnamed apparently, so I'm just gonna read what they said for you. I think on crossplay we see it's something that is kind of expected in the industry and is important to a game like ours. We are obviously big fans of playing our game at work and in our free time, and we go home on a Friday or weekend and want to play with each other, and we're all on different systems. On a personal level, yes, we'd love to do that and party up skip on the weekends, I think it's an important thing to get to. So devs, for game developers, they can't really go ahead and just spill all the beans about everything. They really have to have the hierarchy say, okay, you can say something about this. But these devs obviously did not get that privilege. So the fact that they aren't supposed to say anything about this, and that it sounds that crossplay is a pretty positive subject, it really is a pretty big hint to our Apex Legends community that they are in fact working on crossplay up there. Like, just the fact that they said it is kind of expected in the industry, they know how important that crossplay is, and there's a pretty high chance that developers are gonna work on the highest priority stuff. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's correct. And then they go on to talk about how awesome it would be to play with other people on other platforms, and it sounds like they're getting some pretty decent hype behind it. So who knows? From all that we can tell from this, they are working on crossplay and they're really excited to release it. And this interview does sound like some people who are pretty excited. So if Apex Legends could in fact get crossplay into their game, I think that it would be an insanely beneficial thing, because sometimes friends are cut off from each other by platforms, and I mean, it does happen quite a bit. And when Fortnite brought crossplay into their game, they instantly saw a whole new community of players come flowing into their game. And in my Apex Legends mobile makes this game a perennial shooter video, I'll put the thumbnail up on screen here, and I'll put a card in the top right hand corner if you want to go watch that video. I basically talk about how a couple of these features could make Apex Legends the game of the future, and I explain how. So I think that's a pretty interesting video, and you should go watch that. And you guys, the best way to support me, a YouTuber with 11k subs at the time of recording this, trying to compete against channels that have millions of subscribers, leave a like on the video to support the underdog on the platform. And also, if you're new to the channel and you found this video interesting, I mean, come on, a positive news crossplay video, come on, I think that deserves a subscribe. I mean, maybe think about it. But yeah, that will be about it for me, the Alarmix, and I'll see you guys later.